everybody, welcome to my channel. This is Magical Maiden, and today you won't see me or really anything. I just wanted to chit chat for a little bit. So on my channel I do various playlists, and sometimes I'm silly and sometimes I'm goofy, but there are serious subjects I can and do discuss on my paranormal vlogs. Now, for any of you that have not seen or bothered to listen to any and watch any of my paranormal vlogs, I'm going to explain something. Now, the first few, because I am not monetized, or I don't have a huge channel, my own doing, I could promote it more. Trust me, I could go everywhere. I know a lot of well-known people that have TV shows, that have radio shows, that have asked me to promote my channel, and I've refused because I just like it the way it is, and if it gets big, let it get big naturally. I'm not in for fame or fortune. I do it as a hobby, my videos. The paranormal vlogs, though, were something that was very personal to me to share. So I was a little goofy and silly in the beginning, and I had a bad camera and no lighting. It was the built-in webcam. Later on, I got a good camera and lighting. But because I'm not monetized and I'm not a big channel, YouTube does not let people without big channels or whatever have really high quality HD anymore. So I have SD. So the ones that were poor quality to begin with have suffered. So I might redo those, just retell the same story because it is the true story of my life. But if you see it's degraded, you could still listen to it. You don't have to look at me. But the other ones, once I got the new camera and everything, even though it's SD, with the lighting and whatnot, you can see me better, okay? But those stories were true, everything I've told you. And there's so much more that I haven't touched on, only because YouTube censors, and I had stuff of political nature and other nature, and I didn't want to get into it on YouTube because it's just not the correct format for these kind of discussions. And then it brings trolls and negativity, and I wanted to keep my channel light and fun and positive, simply because it was only a channel that I posted videos of my cats when I began. And while that was fun and everything, I then started doing jewelry tutorials, and really that's what it was for a long time, till I started adding some ASMR. And ASMR, I try to have fun with it, and it's relaxing. I'm not so into reviews all the time, but if a company reaches out to me and wants to review their products, now don't think I look for free things, because I could have most of the stuff that I've been remodeling my house with for free if I did reviews. The thing is trying to find the time, and sometimes they don't have what I really love there, and just to accept something because it's free isn't my style. So I say either I refuse them or I tell them to wait until I can figure out if I need this product. I'm not going to do a review if I don't use it. If I can't use the product or need the product, why do it? And I always mention that I'm doing a review for a company, but usually I do reviews for my own things. Like I buy clothes from Venus. They don't even know I do the reviews. I just love clothes from Venus. So I do the review, and a lot of people have messaged me privately and asked me where I get my shirts and clothes and blah blah blah. And most of you know that I used to have all my videos up, and then I deleted my whole catalog of videos. But then I was gone for a couple of months and came back and added. Now all my original videos I still have, and one day I might just make a playlist saying original videos. They're all old ones I had from like many years ago when I first started YouTube, mostly of my cats, the ones that have passed. I've been just very busy. So I've been busy with doing the house, and yes, I'm a little goofy, like I say. I can be silly and not so serious, but there's a lot of serious nonsense going on in the world, and I don't want to bring that to this channel. Plus, like I said, there are certain things I want to talk about, that you can't on YouTube, or you get censored and banned. And that's why a lot of people left YouTube or were kicked off YouTube. And I don't want that to happen to my channel, and I don't feel that it's the proper place to share it. So in the future, I might I have a Rumble. I might go there and post videos. They won't be really, really long ones. But right now I'm busy working on the house, and I have other issues and things I'm doing. But if I do, I will make an announcement and put the video in my updates and announcement where you're finding this. Also, a friend of mine, hi Jerry, if she's listening, she has a podcast or a show, and up in New York, and she had asked me if I'd like to come on. Now that probably won't be till September if we do it, and she'll let me know, and I'll keep you posted, and I will direct you there also. And I used to be friends with a lot of people on YouTube that also had channels. Unfortunately, a lot of them have left YouTube of their own accord. They weren't banned. Unfortunately, some were actually banned because they touched on subjects that YouTube didn't want them to talk about. So, and other people just left YouTube. They didn't even want to make videos anymore. They got bored with it, or they're depressed, or their life is just in an upheaval and they don't really have time for it or care for it anymore. And I get that sometimes you get burned out. Then there were some people that I was friends with, but there's this one person, and they just suddenly turned rude for no reason, and I thought they were my friends, and I feel they kind of slighted me, and so I really just stopped talking to them. I don't watch their show anymore. Their show's good. The person, so the person tries to be professional, but sometimes gets a little out of hand and goofy. But other than that, I'm not going to bash their channel as far as that is, because they do try their hardest to make the best professional videos. But this person did make a comment about my videos, I guess because I don't overly try to go out of my way to make it so professional. You know what I mean? I'm not sitting at a desk with a giant microphone. I don't have the money for one of those nice mics. I would love one, but I can't afford that. I have a house I'm trying to, make look nice, because we just moved here. This is supposed to be our forever home, and I don't want to live in a hole, We want to live in a nice house. Both my husband and I were married before to people who didn't really seem to care about their houses. They weren't clean people. They were messy and lazy, and you had to beg them to do anything. His wife was messy and lazy, and you had to beg her to clean. My ex-husband was the same way. You had to beg him to clean up anything. He'd start a project and leave all his tools, and expensive tools that I bought him, and everything just strewn out in the yard in the hot Florida weather, and they'd rust. And it was just like, talking to a wall. So now that we're together in our marriage, and we both are the same type of person, and we love to have a clean and organized house, we love to have a nice house. I mean, we don't have a lot of money. We have what we have, and then that is it. So we do the best what we can. Plus, we're both very creative. And luckily, we can make something out of nothing. And a lot of things I already had, we already had a lot of things, and I just changed it by using inexpensive paint and doing little inexpensive crafty tricks. And so you can make everything old new again if you know what you're doing. And that's what I show you on my everyday vlogs. I'm being me. I'm not trying to be some fake person that's trying to act all professional. And yeah, I really do appreciate those channels that are professional. But I'm not going to change my personality for anybody. I'm a little goofy and silly and sometimes immature, but I can be very serious. And I do have knowledge, lots of knowledge. When I talk about my paranormal vlogs, I know a lot more than I'm allowed to share on YouTube. and a lot more that when I communicate with the other side, and I'm not evil, I'm not into that. Yes, I believe in Christ, and I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual. I talk about all of that. I believe religion is an organized thing. It's an organized control system. So that's why I'm spiritual and not religious. Doesn't mean I don't believe in Christ, because I do. I don't worship Satan. I don't do black magic. I don't like evil. I fight against evil. So, yeah, I don't attack other people. What they're into, they're into. You know what I mean? What are you going to do? I'm knowledgeable on a lot of things, but some people think I'm this airheaded, ditzy blonde because I giggle, I laugh, and my channel's not so serious. But you know what? I could have a more serious channel, but I choose to be lighthearted and have fun and positivity. And I try to get everybody's vibes up and be happy, and that's what I try to do. And I'm creative, and I like to share that with others. Now, there's a lot of good channels that do share their information, and I feel that there's a lot of them doing their job out there, and I'm happy they're out there. A lot of the information isn't for everyone, and I have my own style on sharing it. And in my paranormal vlogs, I wanted it to be fun. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I did it the way I did it. And if I do make a Rumble, which I have a Rumble, like I said, and I will announce it, and I will start adding, I'll start adding videos of a more serious nature with my paranormal vlogs. And I will announce if I do that show in September with my friend. Also, like I said, there was this other person that wanted me to do an interview on his channel. And he kept mentioning it, but I let it go. And then he goes, email me, so I email him. And he gets back to me and he says, I'll let you know. Then he wanted me to phone call him, and he texted me, then he called me. But it was really more of a flirt. And if you're listening, you know who you are. He really just wanted to flirt. But when he realized I was married and I lived too far, because I'm like, well, what did you want to talk about on your show? Did you want to talk about a paranormal thing? What was it? And then he's just like, well, talk about whatever you want. I'm like, well, you got to be specific. I'm not going to just be on your show to chit chat, because you have a certain viewership, then you have certain topics you hit on. So I knew that this was just a flirt, because he was kind of flirty. Well, not kind of. He was flirty. And I know he was probably just looking for a hookup, because we set a time. I said, well, I'll talk about the paranormal and all that stuff. So we set a date and a time. Then I was confused with the time zones, because I had just moved. So now I was up in New York, but I was moving to here, and so, which is Central Time. So, and then he told me one time, and I was getting confused, so he must have thought I was some dumb airhead, which I'm not. I was like, oh, because I was paying attention to Central Time while I was up in New York Eastern Time, because I had to communicate with my realtor and everything right before I moved. And, you always wanted to know exactly what time it was, and then I'm communicating with him, and I was really busy at that point. So it was clear that we set a date and time, and then I never heard from him, and then I heard from him, and then it was late, and he goes, how about this time? So we rescheduled. So once we rescheduled, he was very flirty in emails. I was very nice back, but I wasn't flirty back. I was just jokey, nice myself. But I knew what he was after. And I kind of just didn't even want to be on his show. But then let's see, what did he do? We set a time and everything in a day, and we were supposed to go on, and I didn't, and I was all ready. I got everything ready. Everything was ready. And then he goes and cancels, like, at the last minute. Like, he could have done it earlier, and I'm like, where is he? He was supposed to contact me prior to going on so we can test the system, make sure everything's working properly on both ends. And then I noticed he canceled and made some excuse that he got a new computer and he's trying out a new program and it's not working and he won't be going on. And anyway, the next day he was on the computer. He was doing his show, or actually later that night. So I knew it was just a lie. And then he was doing all his shows and he never contacted me back. So I was like, screw this guy. He was just trying to see if he could hook up with me. I am a happily married woman. I am not looking to hook up with anything or anyone on the internet. If you wanted to do an interview with me, or anybody wants to do an interview with me, whether it be about talking about crafts and jewelry or the paranormal, or talk about house remodeling, specify what you want, contact me. I don't like chasing people and doing email tag, which is what I had to do on another interview I did on somebody else's channel that I really don't talk to anymore because this person kind of was rude to me. Now, I don't know if they were drunk or high or what was going on, but they always use that excuse when someone says you were really rude and they're like, oh, sorry, I must have been drunk. And it's like, you can't do that. You can't treat people like that. But I did an interview and I really liked this person in their channel. Unfortunately, I don't like being talked to in a rude manner. And I don't like playing email tag. If you ask me to do an interview and be on your show, then be prompt, be courteous, be considerate, and get back with an email, because I'm not going to do email chase. If I have to constantly go back and forth with a million emails, then you're not doing me any favors, okay? I enjoy doing interviews with other people on their shows, but I will not do the email tag. You either want me on there or you don't, So don't ask unless you know for a fact. Now, things do happen, I understand. But if you can't have me on, or you think you're going to hook up with me, forget it. So, I put this more in updates and announcement. It's more of that than a vlog. But yeah, it gets pretty annoying with that. So there have been a few times when I've been asked to do an interview on a show and people just want to play email tag. And it's like, look, you either know what day and time or you don't. You either know you want me on your show or don't. I don't pursue people and say, can I come on your show? They ask me. And I know they're like, well, I wanted to help you out because your channel is little and I wanted to get you viewers. You know what? You're not doing me any favors. Don't feel pity on me because I'm not monetized, and I caught an ad playing in the beginning of one of my videos and I'm like, hey, whoa, I'm not monetized. You don't have the right to advertise on me if I'm not getting a piece of the pie here. But here's the deal. I'm not monetized. I don't make any money off my channel. I do ask for donations, and that's only simply to feed the stray cats and my cats. That's it. I don't use it for my own personal usage whatsoever, but I haven't really gotten any donations in months from anybody, which is sad because I really need it for the cats. Now, I have been remodeling my house, but it doesn't mean I have tons of money. That's money that was saved over, and it's also money that I didn't have to spend because I already had most of the stuff sitting there in the extra room for a year. So it's not like I just bought all this stuff. I bought little stuff that you need when you're doing projects, like nails and screws and, screening and glue and putty and paint, little things like that. But for the main things that cost a lot of money, I already had that prior. I either bought it previous to moving or I bought it right when we moved here, because that's when we had the money and now we don't. So I'm not like rolling in the dough and then asking for more money for myself. It's for the cats, my cats and all the stray cats. And there's a lot of them here. And I feel bad because the guy across the street no longer lives there, and he used to feed a few animals, and now he's gone. And the cats are like all running around and they have nowhere to go and they keep checking over there, and I see them and I feel so sad because I know they want food and they don't really know me because some of them are just there. So I might have to feed them, but that means I have to take on more. And my cat Rudy, recently I discovered he has some medical issues. He might have a thyroid issue. He's getting old in age, and now he's only 12 pounds. He used to be 18 pounds. Then last year he was 14 pounds. Now he's like 12 and a half pounds. And like I said, he'd been throwing up and had diarrhea for like 2 weeks, off and on. And I've been giving him a supplement called Endazorb. Yesterday he went to the vet and he said that he might have a thyroid issue. But the only way to test that, it would be blood panels we have to take, and that's a little over $200, which we didn't have. We only had enough for the vet visit and for him to run the stool sample and for the medication so that he doesn't have diarrhea and throw up. But we didn't have the over $200, so we have to wait, which it's not good for him. If he has a problem, we need to address it, but now we have to wait because I don't have the money. If I was getting donations, I could pay for it that way. So that's the sad point. I'm being honest. So I do put the link under every single one of my videos, plus it's up top in the header of my channel on the lower right hand corner. But I don't like beg people. If you want to donate, you donate. If you don't, you don't. If you can, you can. And if you can't, you can't. You know, that's just the way it is. But I'm not monetized or anything like that. My channel isn't a big channel. But that's fine. It was just a hobby. I enjoy making it, and some people enjoy watching my videos. And I appreciate every single one that is subscribed and watches my videos. And I also appreciate very much everyone that likes my channel, that likes my videos and leaves comments and shares my videos. I appreciate it. I would like a little bit of bigger channel. I don't need a huge channel. But sadly, I noticed that YouTube messes with it because every time I post a video, I lose like 5 to 6 people, and then all of a sudden 5 to 6 subscribers come back after 2-3 weeks. It's bizarre. And then my channel starts growing when I'm not posting videos, okay? And then when I start posting videos, I lose that. It even makes me lose views. You can't lose a view, okay? It just doesn't make any sense. So I've heard other people say that YouTube is doing that to them. Plus, they took away my ability to have HD videos because it's not a big channel. I just think it's nonsense, but what are you going to do? I might just move everything on over to Rumble, okay? But I don't know yet. It's a lot of work to upload everything, and I don't have the time. So we'll see. But in the meantime, I just wanted to give that little chit-chat and say hello and give you the update on Broody. I know he's getting old. I know one day that's going to have to say goodbye to him, and I really don't. I broke down crying yesterday, and my husband's like, I know, because the thought of not having Rudy around. He is very attached to me. He's my little shadow. At night, he has to cuddle with me. He just needs me to hold him and spoon with him. And he loves me so much. I've never had a cat love me that much, except for my cat Butterball, but even Rudy loves me more. And so it's going to be weird, and I don't know what to do. And I, just wish I could afford that blood panel sooner so I can see what I can do. And I'm hoping it's not thyroid, because if it's really bad and then we have to get aggressive and we have to give him steroids will shorten his life even more. And I'm not going to go do that. I'm not. Absolutely not. So we'll see. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So everybody put good thoughts to Rudy and prayers. So anyway, I just wanted to say that with my paranormal videos, the reason why they're not so serious and the reason why they're kind of degraded and you can't see and why the picture is kind of degraded is because they only put it on SD, not HD. And in the first, I want to say the first 3 or 4 videos of this series of my paranormal vlogs are grainy and you can't see me much. I did keep it dark because I wanted it spooky. It was fall and I have Halloween candles on and stuff and lights, and so it made it even more grainy. And then I got a new camera, I believe, on the 5th video and some lighting, and you can see me after that. But really, you only have to listen to it anyway. So, but the ones with pictures and things, then of course you want to see it, and thankfully those you can. But again, YouTube took away the ability for me to have HD videos because I'm not monetized and I don't have a big channel. That's wrong. Everybody should have the ability to at least have an HD. And I think it's just steering you away, trying to steer you away from smaller channels and only go to the big channels. So because they're monetized and they make money off of them. It's stupid. But it is what it is. But like I said, I am serious and I have a lot of information that I can't share with you because it's of a nature that I'd get censored. And so, again, look out for an announcement if I do make a rumble. But right now, like I said, I'm busy working on the house and other things. And today I didn't feel good. I had a raging headache. It's subsiding now. It's just a sinus thing. And I took some sinus medication and that's it. So I just really wanted to say hello. I was going to get on camera, but I'm sick. So you get to see all these nice, cool videos, okay? Alrighty. I will be seeing you all soon. Thanks for staying subscribed to me. If you haven't clicked that bell, please do me a favor and click the bell for future notifications. And also do me a favor, because a lot of people told me that they thought they were still subscribed to me, but YouTube unsubscribed them. So please, in the future, if you don't see a video notification, go check the channel. Make sure you still subscribe and then click the bell. And please, please, please watch my videos. Check them out. Leave a like, leave a comment, share if you know anyone that's interested. I'm trying to stay on YouTube, because I enjoy some of the people, and I have made some good friends around here. But again, look out for my future videos of Paranormal Vlog on Rumble, and when I do that, I will make an announcement as well if I do that radio show in New York. Okay? So thanks for being here. Realize that there's more to me than meets the eye. I can be silly and goofy, but I'm very serious and knowledgeable. I am not stupid. I studied quantum physics and a lot of other things, so I know a lot about a lot of things. But I don't sit here and try to say I'm the most brilliant person in the world, My IQ is through the roof. But, I'm just being me, because I don't think those things are in this realm of existence, in this matrix. Those things aren't really important. That's not really what gets you from point A to B. That's not really what gets you to the wonderful world that waits beyond. So anyway, I love you all. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.